What's going on? Welcome to 2 Minute Tuesday. Today we're talking calories. Let's get into it. All right, welcome back. I would throw 2 minutes on the clock, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Today's video is definitely not going to be 2 minutes, but I promise you this is going to be jam-packed full of value and it's going to be worth your time to watch. So, let's talk about calories, let's talk about macros, let's talk about how you figure out how much food you need to consume on a daily basis. I've got a little chart that I made that I stole from Alex Hormozi. I saw this in one of his videos a while back and I kind of recreated it with a little bit of my own spin on there, but it's basically the chart that he made that really I thought explained calories and macros in the simplest form possible. So I wanted to give him credit, but also use it because I think it's a very great chart to really explain what we need to know about having the right amount of calories and macros. So let's start off by talking about calories. The first thing you want to do is look at this chart and figure out what phase you're going to be in. So as you can see on this chart, we have the rate of gain and the rate of loss. And if you look over on the other hand, you have the phase. So you have extreme weight gain, maintenance, weight loss, and extreme weight loss. So what you're going to want to do is figure out which phase of life you're in, figure out which phase of the journey you're on, and then you're going to calculate accordingly. So what I went ahead and did was I did an example to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So one big thing is there's no destination for this, right? You're never going to arrive, whether it's in your fitness journey or whether it's in life. Life is all about the journey, and you're always going to continuously be growing and getting better. So knowing that there's no destination and knowing that there's nowhere to really arrive to, there's really no rush. So when you look at this chart, what you want to do is figure out what is the best rate for you and your current goals to either lose weight or to gain weight. And so let's just talk about weight loss because I feel like most people, that's what they struggle with and that's what they want to learn about. And so we're going to go into the weight loss phase. And I've said this in other videos before, I want to start people off at the highest rate possible, meaning I want to get you to the highest calorie level that you can possibly get while still losing weight. That way we have room to adjust. And so if you look at this example, I'm going to use someone who's roughly around my body weight. I'm about 195, but let's just say a 200 for easy math. And I'm going to break down exactly how you figure out your macros and your overall calories. That way you know exactly what you need to put in your body to have the results that you want to have. And so let's start out by figuring out the total amount of calories we need to consume on a daily basis to be in the weight loss phase. And as you can see from our rate of gain and our rate of loss, and then you look over at the phase, we're going to be in the weight loss. So that is 10 to 12 calories per body weight. And so if you look at the example number one, you're going to take your body weight. So example is 200 pounds. We want to lose weight times 12 because we want to be at the highest end of that. That is going to equal 2,400 calories. So now you've got 2,400 calories. And for all intensive purposes, if you just ate 2,400 calories or less every single day and you tracked it, you would see the scale move. Now, we talked about it in last week's video, how important protein is. And see, calories in versus calories out dictates fat loss. There's no arguing about that. It's a scientific fact. You have to burn more energy than you put into your body in order to have a deficit to create weight loss. But the way that you look once you lose that weight is solely determined by the amount of protein you're putting in your body plus the amount of weightlifting and exercise that you're doing. And so that's why when people lose weight, it's a great idea to add in as much protein as you can and lift heavy weights so that you get that physique that you really want. Now, if you just want, a runner's body or whatever, you don't want to have big muscles, then that's fine too. You don't have to worry so much about it. But from a general overall health standpoint, we're going to want to have our protein at the right level. And that's going to cause us to get the physique that we really want. And so the next step in this is figuring out how much protein we need. And we talked about that last week, but just to go over it really quickly, it is going to be 1 gram of protein per goal weight. And so in this example, you have a 200-pound person that wants to weigh 185 pounds. And so we are going to do 185 grams of protein. Every gram of protein is worth 4 calories. And so what you would do is you would do 185 grams times 4, which gives you 740 calories. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is figure out your fat consumption. Now, what I would recommend is anywhere between 20 and 35% of your calories come from fat. That seems to be a very healthy range. Obviously, if you want to do something like a ketogenic diet, it's going to be a lot higher than that. But from a general standpoint, we don't need to get into crazy specifics, but just generally speaking, you're going to want to be between 20 and 35%, with women being a little bit on the higher side, especially if you are in the age range or in the life cycle of wanting to have children. You're going to want to keep your fat on the higher end of that 20 to 35%. For me, I love to get my fuel from carbohydrates, but I also enjoy, dairy and things like that have fat in them. So I like to be around the 30% range. And so in this example, you've got 2,400 calories times 30% is going to equal 720 calories. Then you're going to divide that by 9, because for every gram of fat is 9 calories. And that's going to give you 80 grams of fat. All right, now moving on to carbohydrates, that's going to be the last thing you're going to want to figure out. And you're basically going to take the remaining calories that you have left over. So you take your protein and your fat, you add those up, and you minus them, and that is going to give you how many calories you have left. And then you divide that by 4. So every carbohydrate is worth 4 calories. And so what you're going to do is you're going to add that up, and then that's going to give you 940 calories left. Divided by 4 is 235 grams of carbs, for a total macro calorie breakdown of 2,400 calories, 185 grams of protein, 235 grams of carbohydrates, and 80 grams of fat. Now this works in any of these calculations, whether that is weight loss, whether that's maintenance, whether that's weight gain, extreme weight gain. Please don't go into extreme weight loss. That's just on there so that you can see the example of what that would look like. But no one that's watching this video needs to be in extreme weight loss. These are all just tools to simply help you reach your goals. And if you take these calculations and you know, hey, I want to be at 1 gram of protein per body weight goal, and I want to be between 20 and 35% of fat intake for my overall calories, and you figure out which phase you're in, so you got your total calories, you can then go to work. And the cool thing about this chart, if you look at it, is you can then mess around with it. You can then tweak things. You can watch how your body responds. And that's why I like to say, start on the higher end. Start at 12. Start even at 13. If you have success, great. Stay at those numbers until you're no longer achieving success. Once you start to plateau and you're no longer seeing the results that you want to see, adjust. And then maybe go from 12 calories to 11 calories. Lower your caloric intake, and so on. And if you're going the reverse way, if you're trying to put on size, put on muscle, it's very, very hard to put on lean muscle mass without being in a surplus, because you need that extra energy to lift more weights and to be more active in the gym. So this is just a great example, a great chart to kind of live by and to kind of play around with and to kind of learn how your body responds. This isn't the end-all be-all for calories and macros. This is just a very good example that I saw that I thought I would help explain to you guys and break it down a little bit more simply. So hopefully this helped. I know we definitely didn't hit 2 minutes, but thank you guys so much for watching. We truly, truly appreciate it. If there's any topics you'd like to see us cover on 2 Minute Tuesday, please reach out to us. Let us know. We're happy to dive into those. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video and share it with your friends and family members. We would love more people to come along for the ride. We love inspiring people, helping people, and just being a part of everyone's journey in this thing we call life. So thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching 2 Minute Tuesday, and we'll see you guys next week.